two blokes of a certain age in a car talking quite a lot of shit.
Absolute lolly and gish.
Aye.
Talking absolute lolly and gish.
Hello!
Right, big man.
Half hour hippies. We have returned.
Fucking back.
It's been a while. I always say that. It's been a while. Okay, folks, this is podcast number 8, Half Hour Hippies. I can't even remember if I gave this a name. I usually give it some shit name like Tenant Super Sixes or something like that, but I can't even remember.
No, we could call it definitely not James English. That's what we could call it. Not funny.
Not a fan?
Man.
Not a fan. Well, we've established that at least. So we've not done this for a while, thankfully, but never mind. Right, so this is number 8, and we just talk a lot of shite for between half an hour and about an hour, and put it on social media and see what you guys come up with. Aye. So
with opinions, this is the thing, and this is my problem. This is why I get into so much trouble, because I've got an opinion on everything. Sometimes I've got a couple of opinions on most things, and this is why I end up in a lot of trouble with my mouth. I'm not changing.
No. There's a song about that, isn't there? Man. Don't go changing.
Overture. What was that? Overture 325.
You need to tell them that then, because I was musically educating. Musically educating you, was it?
Exactly, you were, aye. So you should let people know and they can check it out.
I'm sure they do.
I bet they don't, because I didn't know it. I know hundreds of fucking mad trivial pish about music.
If anybody likes the Mod Father, I mean, he's quite topical just now, Mr. Weller. Then one of his most famous tunes is The Changing Man. So I'd thought that Paul would have known where the origins of that song had originated. So he didn't. So if anybody else doesn't know, then if you want to go and check out a song by ELO, it is Overture, is it 10538? Then you might hear a slight.
What a lift! What a lift!
It's a good one. I love both of them.
Fair play to him if he's got away with it.
It's 2 tunes the price of one. But
so check it out.
Right, so that was what we did today. A wee bit of every day's a school day, isn't it?
A wee bit of filling the strange head with more musical trivia to annoy people. That's all I do. See, when something comes up, even when I'm in work and stuff like anybody, you know what that's about? That's about that. That's about that. That's about that. That's about that. I've got hundreds. That was a great thing, and one of the good things that you know have been mad with for years. Used to read hundreds of books and fucking all that sort of stuff, and all this mad stuff would just stay there. And I've just got hundreds of mad trivial shit about all sorts of albums, songs. Brilliant.
Have you lost that with the advent of phones? Because my theory now is everybody's programmed to be looking at something for 10 seconds on a phone.
I know.
So do you still read?
I don't actually. Actually, I've got a book in the house that I'm supposed to be starting reading. I need to start it. I've got it now. When I was on holiday there, I've got into an audio book. So I
can't mind then. See, if I listen to an audio book, I may as well not bother.
Oh really?
I can't remember anything.
I liked it, man. I liked it, but I want to make a conscious effort to get back. I used to love reading. I used to read a lot. But I don't do it anymore. As you say, innit?
Is that the phone though, do you think?
I think it is the phone. I think the phones are, I mean, they're great things, aren't they? But they're also horrible things and all that at times as well.
It's double-edged.
They're very anti-social,
the genie's out of the box.
I've got to the stage where, see, if you're trying to sit and watch a movie, and then, or you're watching a programme, and then 10 minutes into it, something happens and you're going and Googling something, and then the next thing you're onto Twitter, and then the next thing...
It's a distraction.
The programme's stuff's happening that you've missed, and just, I know I've got pals that kind of a certain time at night switch their phones off and put them away. I would like to start doing that.
It's if you're living a life that kind of, like us for example, being creatures of creation, or creating I should say, we're always up to something, so, and usually we're trying to tell the world what we're up to. And,
well, you need it, don't you? As you say, that's a good phrase, isn't it? Necessary evil. That's what it is. It's a necessary evil. And again, it's like everything else in it. It's in moderation. Things are alright, but you don't do them in moderation because everything's on it, man.
Kick your arse.
Everything's on it. Your whole life's in it.
Yeah.
I've been in situations where the next thing is like your fucking heart's in your mouth and you're like, where's my phone? And you're on it. You ever had that? When you're on the phone and you start going, where's my phone?
Aye.
Now you're fucking on it, you daft cunt.
I was just about to say, like, we've just kind of launched right into it, but like, what we tend to do is do the intro. So basically, welcome to Half Hour Hippies, which never seems to take half an hour, but it is largely just a bit of fun between two very good pals who also happen to make music together, and we then edit out all the racism, all the misogyny, all the sexism, all the bigotry, and then we're left with about 4 minutes. So like,
that's just
and then we put it on the internet for you guys to eat your cornflakes to in the morning and like watch us, well, all three of you. But so yeah, Half Hour Hippies is now on, this is number 8, and we've got another 7, so if you want to check out the other 7, if your lives are that empty that you actually want to watch us, then feel free, go for it, right, knock yourselves out. There's another 7. This man here's called Paul Hipson, and I'm Hugh Frizell, and we play in a band called Hippy, which has been on the scene for the last few years. He's know all this anyway, but anyway, it's just anybody that's new to the podcast.
Critically acclaimed.
Critically acclaimed, yeah.
So
apparently I'm Glasgow's best guitarist.
Exactly.
You know, so I just thought I'd get this one in for now, you know, and there's proof, there's radio proof of that being actually said. So I don't get much
so you're taking it
praise or whatever, then I'm having it. Aye. So yeah, we just talk a lot of shite and see what happens. We've actually got some questions that some kind folks have sent in as well, and it's been a while since we've done this because various things, like it's been a bit of a tough time for life situations for us both, and we're not really here to kind of like bore anybody or take the mood down or anything like that, but you know, running the band and running things like this is all a good thing in life, and it just ends up being a bit of a chore at times when you've got other things on the go that take you away from this stuff. So the gap between number 7 and this one it's probably been the longest, but it doesn't really mean that we've been writing each other lawyers' letters. It's just been a tough time for us both. But anyway, we're here now, and we've played a gig recently, and we're going to be playing some more. We hope. So that's all good. And we usually start this by saying what's made you happy, and a few different questions. So I'm just going to launch into that right now. So Mr. Hipson, what has made you happy recently?
Question asked. I don't know. I've got a couple of things going on that I'm not really going to go into, you know what I mean? It's kind of making me happy at this moment in time, which is good, do you know what I mean? Some nice things happening in my life and stuff like that, which is very positive, and so I'm kind of enjoying that. But nah, apart from that, nothing really, just, it's like a grind, in it? It's just getting up, getting through your day. But as we were talking earlier, Neil Young's making me quite happy.
No, you've hit a bit of a shaky phase.
I kind of
what's brought that on?
I don't know, actually. I don't know. I've been listening to the 50th year remaster of Harvest, and it's been great, man. I just love it. It's because, you know, in it, one of my things that I've always wanted to do is I want to make an acoustic album, like with the same vibe as that Harvest has got. Just
as you get an electric band together.
Exactly. But on that remaster, there's the BBC gig, the one that if anybody doesn't know it, you can get it on. You can get it on Spotify. But he had only written Harvest 2 or 3 weeks previous.
Massey Hall's a good one.
Massey Hall's.
That's a great one.
So he shouts at photographer, doesn't he?
He's quite nice though. He's still like, you know,
putting out of time.
Can you just wait to the end and that's all good? That's
So he'd only wrote Harvest weeks previous, nobody had heard any of the songs, and basically he'd done like 70% of the album, didn't he, in front of like a closed kind of a BBC audience. But it's brilliant, man. He does a bit of a journey through the past as well on the piano, which is better than the album version. I think. It's like Known Harvest. That's Known Harvest.
It's like any band that ends up with a massive hit that you hear a early live recording. Like I've got Zeppelin doing Stairway to Heaven in Paris, and nobody's ever heard it before. And usually, like when you hear subsequent recordings of it live, he just plays that first wee run on it, and everybody hear the millions clapping away. This one, nobody knows what it is. You know, it's even a band like that, and like your man Neil, they're playing tunes where people have never heard them before. You know.
Well, he says that, doesn't he?
Everybody starts somewhere, is what I'm saying. You know.
He says that, doesn't he? I don't know really what's going on with all these new songs. He's like, but this is what's happening. It was meant to happen, innit?
Yeah.
So he's just, but he says he's starting to play the harmonica, and he can't get the one for the key a G for Heart of Gold.
Heart of Gold as well.
That gets his debut that night.
That's a song that kind of, there's no, like, probably like Stairway or something like that, like Heart of Gold. It's one of these songs that transcends the artist, that kind of goes on its own journey almost, because if you say to anybody that doesn't really know Neil Young, name a Neil Young tune, it'll be Heart of Gold, you know.
Heart of Gold. Just making you happy, big man.
Absolutely nothing.
Yes. You go. Fuck all. Absolutely diddly squat.
This is going to sound a bit pluggy, but my artwork stuff is going quite well. That's been a real...
Let them know about your page.
I do my own artwork. It's on here as well. It's Deep River Man Arts, so if you want to have a look at that and spend some money, then I'm very happy to take your money. But no, it's not really about that. It's been good just to be able to have it as a creative outlet and something. It's doing okay. It's been a long time in progress, and it's a lot of hard work. And I'm not just saying that because I'm on the telly. But it's been really good, and met a lot of good folks that have bought stuff, and I've been interested, and been in a gallery, been selling prints and originals and shit like that. So for a change.
But you sold one a couple of weeks ago, remember, before it was even finished?
I know.
The other one, the Fire and Skill one.
Yeah, it's gone. It's
brilliant, man.
It's all gone, and it's not bollocks. It's not bullshit. It's these things are hard. I don't make shit up to try and sell stuff. It's all, everything happens is real and is true, you know. So it's great that it's just kind of happening, and it's all quite organic as well. It's not forced, or you put out fucking videos or stuff to try and get yourself across, but everything's real, you know. Everything's the way it is. So no, I'm chuffed with that, and chuffed with people like yourself. You're always sharing it and mentioning it to folks, so that's been really good. I'm not going to go negative because I always end up saying something shite. So no, I'm stoked in how that's going.
So there we are, too unhappy.
Really unhappy. Yeah. I'm going even more grey.
Don't.
You've still got a fucking full undyed set of hair.
I can't get my head around it. I honestly cannot get my head.
I wasn't blessed with great hair, and now the fucking hair I've got in my face is now turning into Uncle Albert.
Oh, I've got phenomenal hair. See, for even the lassie that cuts my hair, Leah, she said
you do,
for the age I am, and it's just, and I'm blessed in that way.
I've had folk ask me if it's real, and it's fucking totally real.
My hair?
It's like it's not a...
people ask me if I dye it and all that.
Yeah, I've had that as well.
Not at all.
Lucky bastard. Fucking
but
handsome
the
as
getting
well.
old thing, struggling with that, man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But look at...
I get it, man.
Aye, but look at how, you know, I'm not trying to, like, you know, take this any further, but you're a very handsome young man.
Thank you, Chuck.
You know,
thank you.
But
I've taken it.
But I mean, look at cunts at 50 that are... Sorry, I'm allowed to say that.
Thanks,
you know.
fuck's sake, Chuck.
Look at people of or gentlemen of a certain age, and they're all, you know, shopping at fucking Giacomo, and, you know, can't walk 3 yards.
So about the piles and all that.
Aye, you know.
I'm
So-
still quite fit.
Aye,
I'm
sure.
fucking
You should be. I think you should take that as a positive, you know.
exactly. But struggling with all that. But what can you do? Innit? You just need to.
What's the poor man?
What you learn, what I've kind of well, you always kind of know it, but I think the older you get and the more, like, no drama, but the more you see. Because the last couple of weeks, kind of hearing of people taking no well and people like becoming like really like terminally sick and all that sort of stuff, and then you realise, didn't you, it doesn't matter what age you're, all you've got is the day. That's all you've got. You've got the day in it, and you need to try and make the best of it every day as you possibly can.
It's be here now, and folk can dismiss it as hippy trippy fucking bollocks,
No,
but
it's fact,
it's
man.
like the past is gone, the future doesn't exist. Be here now. So
Yeah, and it's just in it, it's trying to, and I'm trying to do that, and try to work through that kind of a mindset, because it's easy to sit in negativity and be focused on what you've not got in life or what you should have or what you. It's kind of a going like that. You know what? Alive, you're breathing, relatively healthy. There's people that would.
it's the hierarchy. It's Maslow's or whatever. You know, do I have shelter? Do I have, you know, people in? You know, it's all the stages of
the
it.
basic needs.
The basic needs. You know, and doesn't mean that you don't want a new car or you don't want a new house. You know, all these things that people put in. There's some sort of
They're all
fucking thing
bonuses,
that's all
aren't they?
bollocks. You know,
Aye.
it's like, you know, I've got my head in my hands, and that's like I can create music and I can create art.
Yeah.
And I can write stuff and I
Yeah.
can do things, and that's not to be all look at me,
Brilliant, man.
but I'm okay with that.
Aye.
I've come to a peace with that, you know, and I've got stuff that people, well, like yourself, I've got stuff that people would maybe not be jealous of, but they would.
Oh, would give their.
Aye, you know, so,
I'd give their right
like,
body to be able
you
to
know,
do that.
so that does sound very arrogant, and it's not meant to be. It's meant to be like you don't need much. You just need to have some form of outlet and some form of expression. As well as,
That's what makes me happy. That's making me happy. Feeding.
He's just like
I just let somebody do that. That's what's making me happy, Celtic.
get your plug in.
Exactly, mate. Because I think going.
But you're not as good as fifth in the championship.
No, this is it, mate.
You know,
This
there's
is it,
there's
innit?
fitba teams and then there's fitba
I think
teams.
if you'd have
you know.
sat down in the January, February, do you know what I mean? I would have been quite.
I can't even see you. Like you'll never listen to me, and I get fucking fed up with you because you've consistently won everything for fucking years and years.
Only playing well,
I know,
we were
but
struggling, it was
that's
all kind
that's
of
what he's grinding. Like, it doesn't matter about that. He's grind it out, and you still do it, and then you find a rhythm, and you.
Serial
you
winners,
know,
man. That's what they
But
are.
but you
Serial
never
winners.
listen to me that it'll be all right.
Nah,
you know.
My anxiety runs wild with it, man. But it was good to see them kind of coming good towards the end of the season, and then basically finish the season like we started it, like serial winners. And I'm not going to go into it anymore because I'm going to keep my powder dry, and I'm going to try and not offend anybody. And that's what I'm going to say on it. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to take the high ground on it.
It's your like I can't make this any clearer. This is your moment, and you can say
Exactly.
what I'll edit it all out anyway. I'll get
Exactly.
you saying Martin are fucking brilliant.
I don't mind the old Martin. I don't mind. That time I went to that game with you, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Go back again.
I enjoyed that night, man. It was cracking, wasn't it? Nice
Great.
hospitality and all that.
Good
It
night.
was good, man. It was a good game and all,
It was
remember?
great. Aye.
Inverness Cali,
we
innit?
were playing well.
Nah, it was on the
Aye.
telly.
But
That was a great night, that.
we do all right for the like what we've got. We're shite and we know it, and there's nothing we can do about it, you know. But we're like fifth is an absolute fucking, you know, result for us.
Yeah.
So that's just the way it is. We're never going to be.
Yeah.
A big
I was
team.
saying that to my mate a couple of Wednesdays ago. Obviously, we won the league at Rugby Park, and like they were kind of celebrating getting into like Europe and stuff like that. And then you realise, didn't you? I can only speak as a Celtic fan. You're very, very. There's a sense of entitlement. There's a sense of expectancy. You're always celebrating trophies. You're always. And some clubs don't see it in their lifetime.
I know that it's not the same for everybody, right? And I'm going to offend people here, but I don't care. But you were at least brought up in the fucking East End of Glasgow, like basically 2 yards for Celtic Park.
Support my local team.
Aye. And it's the kind of the trouble that, say, for my team, Morton has with the fact that there's a load of folk that drive by there every day, every Saturday to go and watch.
You
know, and I can get why. You know, you want to see success. You want to see teams like you know. Do you want to go and see Brecon, or do you want to go and see Borussia Dortmund, or you know, or whatever? You know, there's not really, especially nowadays when kids and everybody wants instant success and all that. So it's hard. It's a hard ask to get folk to kind of, like I say, knuckle down and go and watch East Fife.
Yeah.
But I do feel that for us that we would benefit so much if people would support the local team. You know, like I say, I'm not aiming at that at you guys, because like again, MD that's for Glasgow, whatever side you are on, if you're supporting your kind of local thing, that's, I've got no beef with that at all. Or even if your family supported it and you lived down in Nottingham, but you're for Glasgow and you get a right, you know, something like that, some sort of connection. But just supporting some team that's winning, you know, it's like, imagine supporting Rangers and they're not winning, and then you go, right, I'll start supporting Celtic, you know what I mean? Like that, I bet that goes on. I bet that goes on. You know, that's
people who have got heavy duty mental health issues and are just not to be trusted.
Or it's folk from London that support like Man United and Man City. I don't get. I've never got that.
I don't never get. And see these fannies and all that you see with the scarves with the two teams on it and all that. Fuck off with that shit. But that's how, see, the thing is, right, and that's one I was saying this a few weeks ago. See, Scottish football, right? Scottish football might be deemed as being tin pot, and it might not be at an elite level, and it might not be. I wouldn't swap it. See the passion and the banter and the, because I was watching a few weeks ago the Tottenham and Man City game, right?
Flat as fuck.
And the Tottenham fans were actually taking photos and videos of Haaland scoring a penalty against them. You're like, why would you do that? An opposition player doing so up here, they get something bounced off their head.
I like Big Ange for that one. He was like, he wasn't having any of that, and that's brilliant.
I miss Big Ange.
I'm not having Rodgers.
I love Brendan.
Rodgers a wank.
I love Brendan. I was alright with Brendan coming back. A few of my mates and that one. Although Stevie and that's kind of a came run.
You can see he come round because he's winning. That's not to have a go at Stevie.
But
you know, if he was there and he get 6 games beat, you'd be like, right off. You know, but he's winning and that's fine. But I still don't like how he left you. But it's not my team, so you know.
But the good thing is, isn't it? It's a very eventful kind of an end to the season, and then
it's good.
We're now one is what are we now? We equal now the world's most successful football club, isn't we?
So right, well,
we're better changing the subject.
I'm okay with that. It's we've footballed it out. I think this is not really a football podcast, but the two of us are very heavily interested in our teams, and there's nothing wrong with that. Another thing that we do on this podcast is we open the floor to questions, and we've done this for every podcast, I think, but I've got some that good people have sent in. I'll admit, with the basically daily turmoil that the two of us have, that I don't know who's sent these questions in. I've just jumbled them all up, so I'm not going to be able to give you anybody a mention, but I'll just say now that I'm very grateful, or we're very grateful for anybody that's taken the time to send a question. They're not made up, they are actually genuine questions that people have sent in, so we are very, very grateful. And like I say, we don't make shit up. We're pretty real as too, aren't we? You know, like we try.
Ian Beale.
Keeping
it real like Ian Beale.
Ken Barlow. Right, here's my Filofax. It is
many
the 90th.
Questions, is it?
Oh, there's fucking loads.
We can do one each, or we just answer them each?
I could take one each if you like. Right, here we go. So, like I said, thanks to everybody that's done this, because it gives us something to fucking yatter on about anyway, and it shows that you care, and that's all we do.
Thank you. That's very nice. That's
all we
taking the time to do stuff.
That's all we do. We don't do this for money.
But that's what you should do. See all the people. You've got thousands of people. Some of them should take note. Do you know what I mean? And maybe put a wee bit of effort into a wee question.
I don't think anybody gives a flying.
But I concur.
Yeah. Right. If you could open a show for anybody, who would it be? Bobby Davro.
Joe Longthorn.
Right, so try and take this half seriously.
If you could open a show for anybody, who would it be? Fucking hell, man. See, the thing is though, right?
Some bit of parking going on.
I know what you're doing, mate.
Do you want me to do it for you?
Earphones and all, you doing, mate? A bastard and bus in there.
Aye.
What's he doing? Oh. Know what he looks like? Remember thing with the Grange Hill? Roland!
Samo.
Roland!
Just say
he looks
no.
like a skinny Roland.
So just
Remember the
says-
big fat Roland? And the wee black lassie
Right.
would say, Roland! Roland! What's he doing? I've
That's-
made a cunt of that, innit?
Do you want me to get...
To deliver again. Oh, he's shouting that.
He's been shouting at us for laughing at him.
Oh, no.
Oh, is that a dog?
Is that a dog? Oh, the wee man, look, he's fucking ADHD, dry out his trumpet, innit? Innit? Fucking rittling.
Running through him.
Fucking veins
Is
coursing
there
with
a dog?
rittling.
Is there a dog in that car?
I don't know, honestly don't know. Oh, here he comes. Oh, he's got a wee man back.
That is fucking abandoned.
I think he's up on the pavement.
Aye.
Oh, he's got a wee man bag. Look.
Oh dear.
Oh, he's got a fucking automatic weapon in it.
Where's it going?
Sorry, where were we?
No, right, okay. So, until James Hunt interrupted us. He's running now.
Oh,
Look at him.
oh.
Oh.
He's usually doing that.
Right. If you could open a show for anyone, who would it be?
That's what I was going to say. So see, the thing is, right, see the... Fuck. All the guys that I listen to, they're on their 80s, man. 70s, 80s, like the Stones and the Who and
I would,
all
right,
that sort of stuff.
I would say you can pick any era.
Oh, right.
It's a wee bit of creative license. You know.
Well, see if I was to... So if I was to pick... like a tour to open for somebody, and I would want to open up for Dylan on the Rolling Thunder tour.
Right.
75, 76, just after Blood on the Tracks. And
Right, okay.
he was on, they done the Rolling Thunder thing for 2 years, didn't they? Just got all his mates and went on tour. Painted all their faces white and all that, remember, and all that. I think if I was to...
Why would you want that?
I think just for where it stood for. Then again, now you could go back to one of his acoustic gigs, couldn't you? Or, but just, I don't know. I think that's Dylan's best, maybe live performance era. I think his voice was great there. I think just the time when it was, but I think it would be, there's just something. I like listening to the Rolling Thunder stuff. I like watching the documentary about it. So I would probably go with that.
Nice one.
What about you? I've got hunters going through.
I don't know. It's weird. What angle? I'm shite with these questions because it's like, what angle do you want to go for? So would it be you want to open because you're trying to break your own band? So therefore it would be, see how much I get into things.
The biggest.
So you want to pick an enormodrome somewhere that you know, even if you're playing to 80,000, hopefully like 10% of them will like you. So.
Well, even for artistic quality.
Artistic. I don't know. Because I wouldn't want to follow some band, you know, you wouldn't want to, you'd just be like fucking lambs to the slaughter a wee bit, you know, with some bands, you know.
There's no many people listening to
I think for
acts. When you go to see big bands,
I think for as much and all as this is not quite like artistic, but I think if we could go back and the two of us were total fucking madheads that kind of kicked the arse out of the party sort of lifestyle prior to this entire hippie podcast band thing, the Faces, because that was a trip.
That was
like see the gigs with the football and the wine and just having a laugh, just since, but they would have taken us along with them. I think, you know, it would have been like to be on tour or to be opening. You'd have been part of it. I'm not saying part of you wouldn't be in the band, but I would have loved to have see that vibe. I hate saying that word, but
no,
see that something like it's just an absolute laugh and a party and great music as well, but just a fucking stramash, just great laugh, you know. Maybe, I mean, I love the Faces. They're maybe not the best ever band, but if you're talking just a pure enjoyment of playing live,
they had it all, didn't they? Cracking frontman, cracking guitar.
Hopefully their crowd would like you, and then you'd have the night of watching them having an absolute riot. So I think the Faces was a shout. You know, but again, if you're doing it for purely like to get somewhere, then you want to pick, I don't know, Beatles at Shea Stadium, innit? Zeppelin
Stones in
it,
Madison Square
Zeppelin
Garden,
it, fucking, you know, that, you know, wherever it is.
Oasis in
Aye,
Redbus,
aye,
that sort of thing.
somewhere like that. So, right, let's kind of arse that one. Very good. So I'll go into, I've got two kind of, I've written this down in two parts, so I'll go into the other part now, just for engineering qualities. Right, if you could have lived out anyone's life, be it actor, musician, footballer, all the good points, all the bad, who would it be and why? And what, it's a good slightly extra question, but and what would you take personally from their achievements that could help you achieve your own goals in your own life just now? That's a really good question, and that's not stalling for time. Right. So, right, break it down. So, if you could have lived out anyone's life, so anyone,
Right.
who would it be? And that's the good, the bad, the ugly, everything in it, you know.
Yeah. Oh man, that's got to be one of the ones, isn't it? You say something and then next thing all these that are going to start flooding in that you thought about, people that...
I haven't thought about this one at all.
Oh, I don't know, man.
We really haven't. It's not something we don't plan.
Do you know what?
Here.
I would probably... There's going to be a musician in it.
Doesn't need to be.
It probably would be though. I think I would have to go for McCartney.
No, what can I? There's no argument with that at all, you know.
Just for the fact that he's my favourite Beatle. Do you know what I mean? Which isn't a popular. Everybody loves Lennon, or Harrison, or
anybody that's lived a life as a Beatle.
Oh,
what a window and
I
all
think
that is.
Just the way that I think it's the talent, the way that the guy's never done music lesson in his life.
No.
Became this amazing composer in the biggest band of all time. Drove the band.
Yeah.
Best musician in the band.
Yeah.
Great singer.
There's without parallel, really, you know.
And I like a lot of his principles and stuff like that as well, the veggie stuff and all that. And he's still got his hair. He's not a baldy Beatle.
Is it his hair? You know, I'm always a bit suspicious with these cunts.
So.
You know.
Ringo still got his hair and all.
Is it?
No, this is it, innit? You get that much money.
It's fucking they're 80. Fucking hell, they're 80. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? They looked cool when they were like Rubber Soul into fucking into basically the end of the Beatles. They were brilliant. They looked the bollocks. They looked great. So
I think, well, you know, is that no? But then I'm like, is that an easy option to go for McCartney? Do you know what I mean? Because it's Paul McCartney in it. But do you know what? I would need time to think about that.
It's kind of like instant. This is all very instant. So it's how you feel on the day. You know, if the chef cooks the food that they go to the market that day and bring, so that's such a bad analogy, but you know, how you feel today, it's McCartney, yeah?
Aye, I would say McCartney, yeah.
And right, so the next bit of the question's pretty good, I think. So you've said why, cool, get that. What would you take personally from their achievements that could help you in your life?
Do you know one thing, right? And one thing probably about guys like, and you're not putting us on any sort of a level near them, innit? But see, the thing is about them, because they believed in their music. They believed in their music, they believed in their songs, although their songs became like the songbook into for the world now. Do you know what I mean? But they weren't always like that. Do you know what I mean? And they believed in their songs and they learned to write and do you know what I mean? So I think that, and they were always what I liked about guys like McCartney and stuff like that, they were always guys that carried themselves with integrity. Do you know what I mean? I don't think they were in buying what the record company told them. They'd end up with their own record company and all that, didn't they?
Do you not think McCartney's a wee bit of a game player?
No, he is the game.
Aye, but I don't, you know, I've always seen him as a wee bit eye on the prize. Maybe that's what you need. That's what you need. You need to have that. Like, I don't know.
Aye.
You need somebody in the band that's a wee bit like that. I think every band has.
And then see another thing as well though. I would probably say you're talking about Gallica, I was talking to you like Noel Gallagher, like that. I like that story as well. That coming for, do you know what I mean? Like a kind of a tough house in a state, a lot of kind of a trauma as a kid. Do you know what I mean? Going through in the space of a couple of years for second-hand instruments to becoming one of the biggest bands, and literally were the biggest band in the world at one time.
I did a guitar deal once with a guy who sold Noel a guitar early doors.
Oh really?
Right, and he was so poor that he asked to pay it up.
Oh really?
Aye.
Really?
You know, I'm not talking a big £3 million Gibson. It was like a fucking £250 Epiphone.
Really?
And he came back and he said, "Do you mind if I pay it up?" You know, that's how.
But that what he done as well. He believed in his songs. Do you know what I mean? He knew he could write. He wasn't a genius, but he knew. Yeah, because I remember that thing that he says. He says, I've listened to enough music. I know what a good song is. And then he started to write stuff that, do you know what? These are good songs, and learn.
Yeah,
and I believe we've done that over the years. We've learned. You know what I mean? We started off kind of a writing, but now the writing gets more, not intense, but it gets more deeper, it gets more kind of structured, it's got more...
Yeah.
Do you know what
but
I mean?
That's progression. It's like you're not drawing the same pictures you drew as a child.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And
so see now all sorts is coming to me now. So it's one you would need
your
to...
floodgate has opened.
That's it's open.
There's quite a few, aren't there?
You got to answer.
I don't know. There's a lot. I mean, it's hard not to say people that are just your heroes. You know. Musically, somebody like Rory Gallagher for me because of his talent, but because he never really sold the jerseys. He never sold out. I hate that phrase, but you know, he was a pure individual. He was pure. He just played. He was just really.
For the love of playing.
He was just really fucking good, and wasn't into the pose or fucking about, like, you know, getting in magazine covers or journalists, and he was just a really. I mean, I've worked in Cork, kind of around the area that he was born and raised, and I actually talked to a few taxi drivers, and they knew him, or said they did. And they said he was just like how he kind of come across in interviews, quiet, unassuming, humble, you know, genuinely nice. I mean, Brian May, Queen, tells a story that he was fucking blown away. He went to see him in the Marquee when he was playing with a band called Taste, and he's fucking lifting his own amp in and setting his stuff up, you know, and it's stuff like that I really identify with somebody like that, because it's real. You've still got to get up there and make a show. You've still got to get up and get people interested, and he did that.
But there's stuff out with the talent, isn't there?
But he was touched as well, and
you
he was
talented people, and they're just complete pricks.
He was touched. He was the real deal, but he was, you know, he was a sensitive soul, and he wrote. He wasn't just a blues, heavy rock. He wrote some really fucking poignant, melodic music that touched, you know, that touched a soul. So he was a dude, and he never had it easy either. He should have been a lot more famous and a lot more successful than he was. I mean, he wasn't successful really by the time he died. He hadn't sold that many records compared to people of his generation, you know. So yeah, I think somebody like that for me, he's a hero, kind of musically, but also, you know, as a person. I think kept himself right and did it right, and that's all you can hope for. Because if you lose yourself, and fucking hell, many rock and roll guys have, you just become, you know, you know, look at Hendrix, just burnt out by 27, you know, and then Rory Gallagher never lived a huge.
When did he die?
94.
Oh really?
So, but it's a life on the road, you know. But anyway, somebody like that, I would think, and I've probably done a lot, but to take into my life, it was just to treat yourself with respect, treat others the same, and, you know, never ask somebody to do something you're not prepared to do yourself. So from going from that, who makes the best cuppa out of you two?
Me. I would say me.
I'm not interested in that
I make
shit.
a good
I'd
cup of
fucking
tea,
bring
so
anything, you know.
I make a good cup of
Aye.
tea. And if we're ever in the studio and all that, I always make a tea.
You do, aye.
Don't I?
Yeah.
I always make a tea. Remember,
Yeah.
used to make the toasties if Johnny wasn't there.
Johnny, that's sweet Johnny's toast.
Johnny's a toasty
Toasty king, isn't he?
He
You
is
know?
a toasty king.
No, I'm not fucking interested.
Aye.
You know. I'll drink it,
I'll
but I'm
take
not
that.
interested.
I'm the best
Yep,
tea
yeah,
maker.
I'm not gonna argue. We're getting a bit one show here. It is favourite biscuit.
Oh.
Don't say Blue
Now
Ribbon.
we're talking, man. Now we're fucking big guy looks like Peter Tobin. Isn't he? Peter Tobin with a humph. Isn't he? Oh, here it is, man. Our favourite biscuit, now we're talking, man. And this is, listen, innit? This is biscuits, right? So, oh, fuck me, man. Love a biscuit, man. Absolutely love a biscuit. So, I like a mint Viscount.
Is that?
It's like mint, it's like a
mint cream?
it's like,
Oh, that's fucking awful.
I love a toffee pop.
Right.
What a snack, man. What a snack. What else do I like?
Right, okay.
I love... See, this is the thing, innit? It's trying to stay away biscuits and chocolate bars.
Aye. Aye, well, I fucking... Yeah, my ever expanding waist, well, attested.
You know what I do love? An Orange Club. I love chocolate with orange shit in it.
I know you don't.
love that.
I know you don't really like me talking about your age or generation, but every biscuit that you've mentioned has a certain sort of generational connotation to it. I would say. You've not mentioned anything that's like new.
No.
At all.
No. Well, anything that's new is pish. Innit? Oh, and do you know the thing that does my fucking nutting and all these days? Like you fucking what? You get a biscuit, man, or you get a packet of crisps, or you get
Nothing in it.
fuck all in it, man.
It's like one.
Remember a Twix actually used to be like that.
Yeah.
Two of them,
Aye.
and now you're like that.
Aye.
Two of them.
Aye.
And they think that they've got you con because they go like, oh, like $3 for a pound.
Aye.
But really you're getting one bar supply to fucking three.
Aye.
Oh, it does my nothing.
But what they're doing now is, see, like Mars, but they're selling you is it a duo, and that's meant to be the like what you used to get.
Do you know what I like? A Jaffa cake.
You tried the lime ones.
Nah. The only thing is about a Jaffa cake is the thing, isn't it? You can't just have one.
It's a bit claggy.
Aye.
Don't really like it. Don't like the clag.
See, I don't dip a Jaffa cake.
That's wrong.
Aye,
You can't do
I'll
that.
fire it in and then like a wee thing of tea
Nah.
to get a wee to wash it a bit.
Nah,
But
so what? The mint Viscount, is that your?
I love a mint Viscount. I love a Fox's Classic.
Mm.
Fox's Classic.
Is that the one
Toffee
with the cream
pot.
in it? It's like a wee line of cream in it.
Aye.
Okay.
Aye. Toffee pot. I love a toffee pot.
Toffee pot.
Honestly.
Is that like the Viscount only with toffee?
No.
Is that the same
So
thing?
the toffee pop is like tastes a wee bit like a Mars bar, a toffee pop.
Right.
The tappy, the caramel and stuff like that, but it's got like a crumbly base, like a digestive sort of a base.
Right.
But they're honestly,
Okay.
I fucking
okay.
love a toffee pop,
Right,
man.
nice one.
But I can't see, the thing is, right, I wish I was one of the guys, because sometimes you go into people's houses, right, and they've got like a biscuit drawer, or they've got like a biscuit cupboard, or I can't have anything like that.
Aye,
And do you know why?
Mm.
Because I am a dirty, gutsy, fat ride.
But that's the same as like, you know, why, you know, that's what's got us into a lot of bother, I'll just say. Is it not that kind of personality? It's like, why have one when you can arse the whole lot?
That's exactly,
you know,
that's why
so
I've got the disease of addiction. That's what it is.
That's what I'm meaning. You know?
And that's what happens. I cannot see. Last week, was it 2 weeks ago? And I was absolutely fucking disgusted with myself. A full 6-pack of yogurts, and I love them. It's these ones you get. It's these ones you get that have got like a digestive biscuit all crumbled up in it, and you fire it in to like a salted cat. They are fucking outstanding. 6. I ate 6.
Yeah, but you're not doing it every day.
Nah, it wasn't good for my self-esteem, man. I was absolutely disgusted with myself. Like, you are a fat, fucking gutsy bastard. Honestly. And see, the thing is, see if I had another box of them, I'd have been in for an 8.
Well, yeah.
Because you can't just have one.
No.
You don't have one yogurt, you have two yogurts. You don't have one biscuit, you have two biscuits.
That's
Me, you have a packet.
Yeah.
So that I can't have shit in the house.
No, that's fair enough. Yeah.
What a child. Can't have stuff in the house because I just eat it all. I can't have like the big bag of crisps you get. I'll just sit and just motor through it like a fucking beaver.
Aye. The locusts have descended.
Oh, exactly.
Aye.
What about you, biscuit like?
I'm not really. I like the ones that are little. It's like a rich tea, but it's got chocolate on top of it. Is it Liebens?
I've not tried them.
Liebens.
No.
Oh, they're fucking.
Oh, really?
Don't. Oh, it's like fucking crack cocaine. You'll begin doing it like 7:30.
I told you about my escapade with the thing made, didn't I? The Curiously Cinnamon.
Oh, the cereal.
Fuck me, man. That's like the crack cocaine, the fucking cereal. We're having boxes at others.
These come in like, well, obviously boxes that you get, packets with 10 or whatever's in it. They're thin and they've got like kind of chocolate. You get them in dark chocolate as well as normal chocolate.
Dark chocolate.
And it's like it's almost like a rich tea type of biscuit, and then it's like chocolate in it. And fucking hell, if you can make yourself eat one of them only, then you've got more willpower.
Exactly.
But you'll be clucking, you'll be doing it fucking Lidl's.
I'm going to Lidl after
You'll
this.
be doing it Lidl's.
What they call it?
Liebens.
Liebens.
I think they're German.
Oh, aye.
Oz.
Big Oz.
The Germans that bomb me granny.
Tonight I'm gonna love someone to death.
Bloody Germans. Aye, but I'm telling you now on camera that I would advise.
I'll check it, but I'll check it. I'll go and get a packet.
Aye, fucking hell.
My mate was saying a couple of weeks ago at my meeting, he was saying, he was talking about, hadn't spoke about them for ages, man, Abernethy's.
An Abernethy
biscuit, brilliant.
Is that like shortbread though, isn't it?
Aye, yeah, Abernethy.
You still get them?
Aye, you still get them. Aye, you get them in London and all.
Right.
They're all like 79 pence for a packet of them.
Who would have thunked it?
Old Abernethy's.
Right. So we've answered that then, haven't we? Right. We can move on, right. Who was the first artist you ever saw live?
Oh, damn. Do you know what?
Go on.
So, I'll probably get it, but I've not that I've got many cool points, but I'll be going in the next couple of minutes. So the first person that I seen live, right, was Shaking Stevens.
That's not bad.
In the Apollo.
In the Apollo. I would never made the Apollo.
Bust out greeting. And he came onto the stage.
Bust out greeting. How old are you?
Oh, I was about 7, 8. Right. So I was young anyway. I think I was young at the time. I was obsessed with him. I was a wee guy. And apparently, right, so see any family party, any wedding, so it would finish with me up doing my Shaking Stevens miming to the, apparently I was shit hot at it. So the performer was
fucking shit hot singer, so you know.
The performer was there. Oh, I was totally obsessed with him. Totally obsessed with him. So if you were buying Elvis off a Wish.
Temu
Elvis off. I loved him. Honestly, I had all his albums and all that, and then my ma that took us? I think it was my ma that took us. I think it was me, one of my dad's pals, his kids and all, and we went to it, and he came out on the stage and I burst out greeting.
So what made you greet, do you think?
I think just the...
Overwhelmed?
Aye, you get that, didn't you, with artists, and I still get like that when I go to Celtic games, see when they walk on and stuff like that, we shed a wee tear.
It's that sense of, everyone's in it together and, singing a chorus or singing something that brings people together. You need to be a heart of stone, not to be moved.
Emotional.
So
that was mine. That was, I should have maybe kept the busting out greeting part to myself, but
I get
it there now. What about you?
I get the crankies.
Oh, fuck. What a fucking weird setup that was.
And not just the crankies. Bobby Davro.
I like Bobby Davro.
He was the best bit of it.
I bet he was. He was funny. Remember, he was one of the ones, and I remember at one point these people were like 20 million people watching their shows on a Saturday night. Remember all that? Russ Abbott. What an atmosphere. Hell of a party.
Oh, we're fucking going retro on this podcast, We're not exactly mining
Russ Abbott, he was brilliant.
We're not mining the youth folk at this one.
Cannon and Ball, I love.
Cannon and Ball, fucking hell. Bob Monkhouse.
Well, Bob Shitehouse, my dad used to call him. Bob Shitehouse.
Right. So I would get taken. I was really young, so it was a Greenock Town Hall with my dear old gran, and I think my mum was there, and we got in there, and it was fucking rubbish. It was fucking awful. They were shite. They get. I don't know if they get booed, but it was shite. It was shite. Do you know, Bobby Davro was funny as fuck for whatever age I was, 4 year old. He was just running about going mad, and that was great. So, aye. Is that? Do you think that's answered? Do they want a more up to first? Okay. So there you are. Aye. What else have we got? Do you sing in the shower? If so, what song?
I sing constantly. I sing constantly I probably open my eyes in the morning till I shut them when I'm cutting about the house, when I'm cutting about. It depends, man, what I'll sing in the. Some of my best vocal performances have came in the shower or in the car. Do you know what I mean? It depends, it depends, doesn't it? I think you couldn't turn around and say, oh, I've got a certain song that I sing all the time. Because I listen to different bands a lot, you know what I mean? And, but I always sing in the shower. What was I singing today in the shower? Tangled Up in Blue. Bob Dylan.
Great tune, love it.
I was singing that this morning in the shower.
Cool.
What about you?
I hate singing and I hate singers.
And you can't play the guitar in the shower, can you? That would be problematic.
It would be a wee bit problematic. Something I've never tried. That's very good. Enjoyed that one too. What would be your dream project?
What musically?
I don't know, that's the question. You could create a sort of fence if you want.
Musically, right, I would say, as you know, right, I've always kind of, as I was saying earlier, I'd like just to do like an acoustic album, but in the same vibe as like Harvest, but have it in like because I'm a sucker for a concept album. So, I remember we were going to do the concept thing, remember the Deep River Man thing?
Doesn't mean it's finished, right?
Yeah, and that was the second album was actually, that's where we went into today. We were doing a 4-song EP, which was going to be, it was about your granda, wasn't it? It was kind of that story.
It was a life story,
Man,
So Deep River Man became a song.
It was wrote and all that, wasn't it? Well, the majority of it was wrote,
the 4 tunes were kind of, like bare bones of music was done, but things evolve. And
it became an album, didn't it?
I've no regrets, I'll tell you that. No. I'm not saying that because you're sat next to me.
It? But I think I would like to have like an acoustic kind of a sound and that, a harvesty kind of a vibe, but in amongst that have a concept kind of a running through, like a theme through the album. Do you know what I mean? I thought that would be, I would like to do something like that. That would be. What about you?
Oh, I think for me, fusing music and art for me is a big thing. And I would love to kind of, I suppose now with the strength or the quality of like visuals that you've got, like stage visuals, you go to a big gig now and a lot of the screens at the side are, there's a TV production crew doing it all, so I get that there's been evolution there, but I don't think there's necessarily been a huge sort of fusing of art and music, and I would like to do something like that. So you almost pick a venue that lent itself to a kind of more artistic setting. There's wee cool amphitheatres, or places in Devon, or up north, or some, or an old brutalist relic somewhere, and you'd set up, and you'd have a lot of artwork beaming through. I don't know how I would do it, but it would be a gig, but it wouldn't be just going and sitting sucking pints and fucking going away. It would be a fucking thing, even the gig itself, for the kind of, I have no idea what's going on here, but
so it's a visual thing, a music thing.
Yeah, I think something that fuses the beauty of art and music, and you'd be going in knowing that it's going to be a trip. I suppose it's been done. I'm not trying to say it's going to be unique or like anything that's been not done before, but I'd love a crack at that, you know, to be playing music whilst there's stuff on the go.
Oh.
You could have performance artists doing stuff, you could have visual, high quality the visuals going off, you could have actual pieces of art on.
That's what you know, like, Roger Waters doing that's what that was like.
I think that, I mean, it does sound like you're, you know, it's hardly like, you know, playing an acoustic to two folk in a smoky club. You're losing, you're probably losing yourself a bit to go and do something like that. But I think just for me being into the art and music side of things, that would be an amazing thing, and it'd probably be enough to break you, because you know, it's even at the level we do it at, it's hard going at times, and you're you know,
I just need to turn up. I just need to turn up. Although I've now got a bit of gear into, I turn up with my mic stand, exactly. And we go to rehearsals and that, they all come in with all sorts of shit I've never got in. I've got a mic stand.
And you've not lost or broken it yet, which I've been quite surprised. But, so yeah, a big pretentious fucking art, music, rock gig where we all become one. The barriers are broken down, this is something I have had in my head for a long time, right? With the advent of social media and all that bollocks, which again is ironic because this is likely to be on social media at some point, but nobody would be allowed, however many people, in our case about 3 people, but if we got to a point where we were half successful and it was 3,000 or 10,000 people, and I get that this is a fucking challenge, but nobody would be allowed a phone. But what you'd be given is a camera at the door, right? And you'd be allowed to take between 5 and 10 pictures of the whole experience, right? Then you'd basically those photos would be property of the gig.
Really?
And then
that sounds cool.
And then you would do an exhibition based on it's basically windows in the world.
The ones that's been took.
So it would only be from that experience you would see how, and it could be, you'd have to select one picture from every camera. Really? Out of those 10 pictures that somebody took,
that sounds great.
You'd select one picture, and that would be you'd further on the gig or the experience by having that as an exhibition.
I bet you'd be one person that takes a photo of his cock.
Probably, but that's what you'd be. You'd want everybody to be like registered to a camera.
Brilliant,
man. And that would be
that sounds great, actually.
So that's
cool.
That's cool. I've thought about this.
You can hear it.
Yeah, see.
I'd take a photo of my Tadger.
Dancing. He'd be the one that does the Tadger. You'd ruin it, and I'd have to fucking put it on as well. You know, it's like fucking ruined it for me. Right. Where are we going next with this one? When composing, what comes first, melody or lyrics?
Melody. I do.
Is it?
For me, melody. You can kind of work better. You can work with lyrics, can't you? Nah, that's the last thing to come for me. I have to. If I'm ever.
Do you get the melody first?
Always.
Cool.
I'll kind of start off with a certain 3-4 chords, whatever it is. Then I'd do a bit of humming.
Yeah.
The melody, and then it kind of develops, and then when I've got the structure,
that's more orthodox, I'd say. Aye.
And then I'll try and hang
when
the melody.
I think that's more orthodox.
The lyrics is. Sometimes I'll have the lyrics. Do you know what I mean? Because you write a lot of lyrics. Do you know what I mean? You always write stuff down. But sometimes a lot of songs that I've wrote over the years can come from one line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? One line.
Yeah.
Because that's the song that we do, Junkyard Babies. That came from. What's the song on? Dylan, the one bringing it all. Was it Highway 61 Revisit? She's a junkyard angel and she always gives my breath.
Yeah, cool.
And what is it?
Well, you've got a Dylan sort of reference in that. I know I'm sounding like I don't know what. Oh no, it's
it's In Shadow of a Lonely Night.
Aye, sorry.
In Another Lifetime.
Aye, but do you know every day in thingy? Consistently inconsistent.
I don't think twice. It's all right.
I love when you put that kind of shit in. It's great, man. Great.
But nah, for me, I don't know about you, but for me, the lyrics is always the last to come.
No,
but with me and you, right, you're if it's because we kind of tend to. Sometimes we'll write half of your demo, or sometimes you can send a demo and you've got lyrics, and you can kind of a bit. I'm the opposite. Mine's the lyrics will come last.
Yeah, I'm probably the other way about. I've got the music first usually.
Yeah.
Like, not that you don't, but I've always got. I'm always, it's the guitar. It's the music comes first, and then if it's good enough, I'll probably have lyrics, and then it can have. But then I always go with the fact that I'm not singing it, and
well, this is the thing.
I can't ask you to sing something. I can go, right, here's an approximate melody, right? But I'm not a singer, and I'm not singing it, so I've always kind of good. But not that it's.
Well, we need to get the phrasing right and all that, don't I?
And I've got a tendency to put too many words.
Yeah, we usually knock something, don't we?
And that's, but that's the.
That was Justice and the Thief, didn't we?
Yeah.
There's stuff I had to get knocked out, but it worked out well.
Worked out great.
Really
so,
good.
yeah. I think that answers that one. We'll do a kind of serious then and a silly one. So that was a relatively serious one. So there was, who's the better driver?
Oh, you. All day long. Fuck's sake, man. I'm still a novice driver, and I've only been driving a few years. But you, all day long.
What is it? Women, cars. The rest are just squandered.
Aye, exactly.
I don't love driving anymore because it's just fucking awful. But I love cars, and I always have loved cars. And yep, I don't even like it for the fucking pose or the status or fuck all. I love it because it's
just a petrol head, man.
I'd have some. It's like Nick Mason, drummer out of Pink Floyd, is like one of the world's biggest car collectors, and he's got like billions of pounds worth of cars, and I'd probably be like that if I had the chance. But not for a pose.
I just use it to get for
it's definitely not a pose thing or fucking anything like that crap. I can't be arsed with that. But it's just I love engineering and good motors and things like that. I hate fucking modern cars. I absolutely despise modern cars. So it wouldn't be anything like a new thing for me. It'd be like a new thing. Everybody knows.
You like that with guitars and all, but it's like vintage guitars and all that as well as your guitar.
It's taste. People get a great tune out of fucking Strat that was made last week, or they get a tune out of Strat that was made in 1957. Doesn't matter. It's all about the player or the driver or whatever. So, anyways, but thanks for saying I was the better driver. At least that's lovely. That's lovely. What was the first record you ever bought or owned?
Oh,
that's a good one.
Oh, do you know what?
I think I've got an embarrassing one. No, is it?
Definitely a Shaking Stevens one.
Do you still like? Is that
do you know what? I see when I see wee clips of and stuff like that, I get a wee bit emotional.
Right.
I get a wee bit, because it's that when we're in it, it's like. Because it's obviously as you get a bit older, you're a kid, isn't it? And you get older, and then you start getting introduced to bands, and you start music. Because I was the same. I was into all sorts of music for years, but then became even more into it, and became into different kind of like bands when I became a songwriter. Do you know what I mean? Because you see it different, don't you? You hear it differently. Do you know what I mean? So you're always
appreciate stuff more. You can even appreciate.
I'm sure it was I know it had Green Door on it.
Behind the green door.
I remember that.
Kevin Turvey. No mind Rick Mail.
And I remember going and buying and all. And I remember I was only young at the time. And my uncle took me along to a shop in Duke Street and bought Two Tribes. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. What a fucking tune that is.
Is that the one with the video?
Is that
the one with the video?
It was the 12-inch shit.
Right. Okay.
That was the one with Reagan and Gorbachev fighting in it. That was yours.
I think it might sound a bit too cool for school, but I think I genuinely bought a 7-inch of Get the Message, electronic.
Oh, really?
But it wasn't really the music. I went into a shop in Greenock, and it was bright pink, sort of fluorescent pink, and it had a 2 on it. And I thought, oh, that's amazing. It's like visuals for me. And I'm sure I bought it basically on the kind of the sleeve. Like,
Really?
aye, and it was. But what a fucking tune that is. So that does sound a wee bit, you know, probably bought a fucking Phil Collins one, really. But you know, it was of that time. But
well, there's no Shaking Stevens, but is it?
no, it's not Shaking Stevens. Aye, so yeah, that would.
See, I could have just kidded on, couldn't I have, that I bought this cool fucking stuff.
That's what I'm trying not to. That is genuine. I'm sure it was. It's like anybody that wants to Google it, I'm sure it's a really fluorescent pink sleeve, and it's got a 2 on it, and that was, I think that was it. Yeah. So, and then the next one was probably Phil Collins.
Oh, aye.
What is the oddest job you have ever done to support your musical career? Answer that and stay fashionable. We can cut this out.
I've always, I get into music, and I've been addiction worker for years, so I've always kind of had a steady job. I've never had to go and get kind of mad jobs and stuff. I never got my first full-time job till I was 36.
Yeah, okay.
Fucking mad with it for years. And then get clean, and then we're into this world of paying bills and all that.
Is it worth the aggravation to find yourself a job?
There's nothing worth working for. So now I've never really kind of I've never been in. I've been quite fortunate at the fact, you know what I mean, when it comes to music, you know, I've always had a steady income coming in, you know what I mean, not for music, but for like a kind of full-time contract, you know what I mean?
I suppose either folk know or they don't, but I've been an engineer since I've been 16, but I've done a few fucking mad jobs. So I've been a taxi driver.
Oh, have you?
Aye. Been a taxi driver.
I couldn't imagine you as a taxi driver.
It was awful. Hated it. And I've sold gas and electricity around the doors.
Get to fuck, really?
Aye. I was skint, and I was out of work, and it was like they were offering me like something like £200 a week basic, just to go and learn. But you know, it was like you didn't have to sell anything. So I was like, right, I'll just turn up and see what happens, and that's what I did I lasted 2 weeks, and I was like, I can't fucking handle this is fucking awful. And by then I think I'd got something lined up job wise, but yeah, taxi driving and doing the doors, but it was literally just fucking licence begging. It was awful. You're just, you know, proper treated like fucking like proper dog shit. You know, you're knocking somebody's door. They're either in night shift or
fuck off.
Aye, you know, it was awful. So yeah, I've even in engineering you get a few fucking curveballs, and I'm not even going to go there because I could write a fucking book on that. But I've certainly had a few random experiences as an engineer, and when you work abroad as well, that's a whole new ball game. Dusseldorf. I never made it. I flew through Dusseldorf once. In fact, fucking nearly crashed my car at Dusseldorf. I was at a hire car once. I've worked in Germany though. I've worked in Dresden. I've worked in Stuttgart. I worked in Munich.
I've been to Germany a couple of times for a football.
Been to Aachen, somewhere near the Dutch border anyway. I've been to quite a few places in Germany. Best fucking tan I ever got was in Germany.
Really?
You never think it, but it's roasting. Go to Germany in the summer.
It's like I've been fucking free.
It's like Barbados, you know. So anyway, what was the question? Is that it? Is that the? Yeah. So yeah, probably just taxis and just trying to sell gas and electricity. You're not allowed to do that now. I don't think you can't have. They're not allowed folk to get in the door.
Oh, really?
No, I don't think so. I think they stopped it because it was.
Hurt somebody's feelings.
No, I don't think it was. It wasn't that. It was they were just fucking signing people up.
Oh,
I had seen it done from. I never did it, but I'd seen people just fucking sign them up. Then you get the commission, and then 4 weeks later they're phoning up the company going, "Why have I been signed up to this? I never get, you know." It's awful, fucking awful. What artist band would you be ashamed to admit you enjoy listening to? I don't think you should be ashamed of anything.
No, there's nothing that I'm ashamed of.
I've got Kylie records.
See, the thing is, right, a tune is a tune is a tune. It doesn't matter where it comes from.
It doesn't matter.
Do you know what I mean? You mentioned folk. I love Phil Collins. I think Phil. I've got a few. I listen to a lot of Phil Collins stuff. I liked his Genesis stuff. I like some of the.
A great drummer as well.
But nah, I've no get. I've got a. I don't know, man. It needs to be decent before I'll listen to it.
Yeah, aye.
Do you know what I mean? It needs to be decent before I'll listen to it. So I wouldn't say that I've got this. I go away and fucking this mad secret that I go and listen to him now.
I think it's a bit like people. You've got to be welcoming and open. I think if you turn deaf ears to anything, then you're cutting yourself off. So if it is a really fucking crap tune, or not crap, but if you like it, you like it.
Exactly.
You know, it's
tune is a tune, man.
Aye.
That'll never change. But nah, I've not got anything going off. I don't want to listen to that. If a tune is a tune is a tune. If it's a decent tune, I'll listen to it. It doesn't matter what the genre is, or what band it is, or whatever it is. If it's a decent tune, then because it gets in there, innit? It's earworm, is it? We talk about that, innit? It's when that gets in there, that's a tune.
It's never going to be the Quo.
Exactly.
You know,
Quo were in the bandstand Thursday and Friday. I fucking went to it. Me and my wee mate.
There's fucking none of them left. It's only him, isn't it?
Brilliant.
He's a prick anyway. You know it?
Francis Rossi. His nose fell out in the shower, didn't it? His septum.
Is that courtesy of Colombia and Escobar?
Exactly.
Aye. It's amazing what happens to you with that stuff.
His septum in the shower.
Daniela Westbrook.
She's in some like last man, isn't she?
Still though, imagine having the money and the fucking like lifestyle that you could actually lose your nose to cocaine, like lose a bit of your body. You know, that's quite something special. I think.
Mental.
Yeah, that's great. So, we'll be wrapping this up soon because it's
long that we're in
but
20 minutes.
But we can, we'll you know, I'll take out all the racism.
Exactly. Me shouting the bands.
Who would you love to collaborate with?
I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. So there's no cunt cutting about the Scottish music scene anyway that I would like to do a duet with.
Paolo?
I like Paolo Nutini.
Yeah,
I like Paolo Nutini. I think he's a very, very talented. No, I like about Paolo Nutini.
Paisley bastard, right?
And he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't buy into all the hype. He doesn't. He's no hawking his mutton every 2 minutes trying to sell stuff. Just does his thing, then he just cuts about, gets mad with it, goes and sings his songs. Still cuts about Paisley like a fucking dude, doesn't he? But nah, there's nobody. Nah. I don't think I would be that kind of a. We're not that kind of a band, do you know what I mean? To be duetting and. Okay,
well, it can be
that thing coming up, maybe.
That
the Jimmy Johnson thing, you know what I mean? That something like that I would do.
But it can be you personally, you know. Don't worry about the band.
No, but it's not really something. Would you fucking start going out and doing Ebony and Ivory? Do you know what I mean? Walking about the Martin Wood, the David Brent, like that. Racial.
Something like that, aye. There's your racism.
Racist. Come one, come all.
Aye.
So no, there's not. Nah, obviously, it's fuck if you were. It's one of the ones, isn't it? You see guys over the years, Bono and all that, they get the opportunity to sing with like Frank Sinatra and all that over the years. But I suppose if you're at that level and something like that comes along, be like, can't see all the guys like that, can you? That's it, man. It's like you'd be in a situation if Townsend.
See, no, for me, like
asked you to play on his record.
Aye, well, yeah.
It's when it's casual, you know what I mean?
But if you were going for a collaboration, for me, and I'm not playing I love dance music and all that kind of stuff, and I know everything about it, but I've always been a fan of certain styles and certain sounds and things like that, you know, the Ibiza trail and all that sort of stuff. I've been out there and all that kind of stuff and regularly listening to that sort of stuff. So I do like, I've always quite had an interest in maybe trying to fuse guitars more with that sound. whether it would
I
work.
remember Nice to Hear You Smile, that
Aye,
a dancey thing. Yeah,
So I've always kind of fancied something like that, or see even like the Chemical Brothers, or something, you know, like trying to further on the, like, don't get me wrong, sitting with an acoustic guitar and playing a Neil Young tune, or a tune that sounds like Neil Young is why we do it.
Yeah.
But I think for me, a collaboration would be something like that. So it's different. So it's not like another band. It's not. I don't want another Paul Hipson, and that's not just because I don't need. I don't.
You're doing it to be in a different genre.
I don't need. I genuinely mean it. I don't need to go and play with Roger Daltrey.
Testing your comfort zone.
I would quite like to. Let's make a fucking guitar dance record.
Space rock.
Yeah, like do something mental. So that would be that for me, I think. So. Not going to be happening anytime soon, but that's how it goes. Absolutely. I think we're nearly...
We're doing it, we always do collaborate with each other.
Aye. What would your CB radio handle be if you had one?
Ravishing Rick Rocket.
What's that from?
I remember, a few years ago, in another lifetime ago, I used to drink with my uncle and all that. Okay. And there was a wee guy that used to hang about with him, he had a mad swagger and all that. And I remember he came into the pub amongst my uncle's a funny man. Like, Patter's fucking shit hot. And the next thing he came walking in the pub, oh, there he is, fucking ravishing Rick Rocket. I've never forgot it. I thought
you were talking about somebody like Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Ravishing Rick Rocket. It's never ever left me. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
World of Sport with Dickie Davis.
Nah.
That.
What would yours be?
Well, I'm going to plug my fucking art here. I'll be the Deep River Man. Yeah, I'll be that. So
I'd either be Ravishing Rick Rocket or Unky J.
Is that junk? Yeah, junkie. Okay.
Unky J.
Unky J. That's quite cool. What's your TikTok? Something?
Your ma.
Aye. Yeah, that's quite good as well. Alright, so one more question and then we'll wrap it up and then we'll all go and do the toilet, not together. There was one. Where is it? If you were a tin of soup, what flavour would you be and why? This is the last question. I can't be arsed with anymore. Thanks very much though. Thank you so much for all your questions. I've
do you know what?
really
I would probably be minestrone.
Why?
Because there's hunters of shit in it, isn't there? And that's like my head, just hunters of shit, just fucking going round and round and round.
Right.
So I would go for minestrone.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
I don't think that mean guy's going to make it to the top of that hill.
There's been a few fucking lifestylers going up this hill today, hasn't there? You see the one with the bun? What? The guy with the bun?
West End for you, mate.
West End,
Yeah, what about you?
I don't even like, I fucking hate soup.
I like soup.
I hate soup.
Must admit I do like soup. Although, I used to love the soup back in the day when I wasn't veggie. Like the big ham hocks and all that in it, and the big bits of meat and all that, all that, but you don't.
Again,
my
dear old granny would, do that. I like tomato soup.
I love a bit of Heinz Scotland.
See if you make a tomato soup and you put loads of pepper in it.
Do you put milk in tomato soup?
That's disgusting.
I put a bit of milk in. I used to, I don't really drink much milk now.
And see, just a standard cheese toasty with tomato soup. That's top tier.
So
I can't reference any of that shit to my own character because I'm not really a one sort of flavour sort of, the changing man and all that shit. But see for
mine's just the fact there's hunters of shit in minestrone, isn't there?
Yeah, that's pretty good actually. Probably mine as well would be that. It's just on.
Remember that advert with the soup? Remember the pea and ham? Pea and ham for chicken. That's clever. You're
going back the way now.
I used to love all the old adverts. Brilliant, man.
No. So, that's the questions I think answer. There are no more to ask. Here's one for you, bit of advert trivia, right? Smash.
Oh, aye.
Right, Farmer Mash, get it, Smash. That was a fucking a guide. See the wee Farmer Mash, get it, Smash. The composer, he just did it as a place note.
Oh, really?
Right, it was never ever meant to be the tune. It was just he needed to come up with a kind of jingle so they could sequence out the advert, right?
Brilliant.
And then whoever got a hold of it went, that's it.
Brilliant,
You know, I think that's us really. So we've lasted an hour and a half, which I
I'm
hopefully
busting for a bushman now, back to the swimming here.
we'll condense it down to fucking 3 minutes once we take out all the dodgy shit that nobody wants to know about.
Yep.
Anything else to say?
No,
No.
I think
Any last requests?
I've got a few things I could say, but you'll just take them out.
Future plans, that's a wee plug for
Music, innit? Gigs, hopefully we're going to get some new music out there soon, get some gigs. We'll get a wee meeting next week that we're going to have, where we sit down and get a plan as a band, see what we're going to do. Hopefully we'll get definite, we've got a couple of gigs penciled in the new, we're looking to get more, and hopefully finish up towards December back in room 2 for a wee kind of a homecoming gig. So we've got plans. So
Yeah, plans are afoot.
that's it. As long as we're doing something, I'm happy with that.
That's fine, and we're very grateful for all your support, and we mean that very much. So like any likes, shares, comments, all that, I know it's a kind of
Means the world. Means the
easy
world.
to say, but we do mean it. And
Yeah.
thanks for everybody's support.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just support us a bit more so we can do this for a living.
Aye, exactly.
Yeah,
So we
that's
can
all.
chuck our jobs and become full-time musicians and then just
Full-time.
become pure pricks.
Full-time legends,
Exactly.
but that are pricks.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. On that rather average bombshell, shall we say, peace out, onwards.
Chatty bye, you know.
Much love. Keep supporting us. We're rather good, even if we're very ugly. Okay. Peace out, onwards. Much love. Bye for now.